But what is winning at what? Like you listed a bunch of things, like a family, a successful
Well, that's
career,
what I was going to say.
because
Like,
that's what the important thing is. Like, what
yeah.
is it that you're trying to win at?
Well, that's what I was going to say, and then maybe like winning or like good wasn't the right word, but like to be satisfied or have it like be content with where you are in life.
I know,
Because
but based like that almost seems like, of course, that would only unless you're like deeply religious, which well, even then, I think at the end of the day, we all want that feeling, I think, of like content, fulfillment, goodness at the end of life, or
yes,
even in life right now, to feel good about our lives. Even if you live a life of God, you want that goodness feeling of getting into heaven and having God's approval. Like it all comes back to that. So that's almost obviously true, I think. But it's how do you get there? Like, what are the things that actually make you feel that way? Because I think
well,
that's what's tough.
well, and I know, and then that kind of goes back to what I was saying before, where in my mind, growing up, I was like, okay, my parents, they're not making a ton of money. I see they kind of like struggle with some things financially. I don't want to deal with that stuff. I that no that doesn't make me feel comfortable. Like
Right,
it
right.
doesn't make me feel comfortable that kind of lifestyle. Like how do I you know get out of this, or how do I improve this? Like how do I get the things I want? And maybe it was simple as just like how do I just get money so I don't have to like be work like money be like my main thing I'm worried about. I don't want that to happen. So I see what people did. They worked hard in school, they got good grades, you went to a good college, and then you got a good job, and then you work your way up, and then eventually all that stuff will come. So
Does that
that's
still
kind of
prove
like
out
what
for you now,
drove me.
though? When you
What's
like,
that?
so you're saying when you were whatever, pick an age, 12 years old, that was your
Mm-hmm.
thought process. Like, I don't
Maybe
like
not.
the idea of it, not
Maybe more
12.
so in like high school.
Oh, all right, high school.
Yeah.
Now you're 38. As you sit here at 38, does that playbook still check out for you? Does that still feel right? Like, yeah, if I stay comfortable when it comes to money, that's a big notch for me in terms of feeling good.
Yes, it is.
How do you know it's that versus, and I'm not saying it's not, how do
Yeah.
you know it's that versus you've just been on a path and you're just in the groove, kind of going, and it feels right because it's all you've ever thought and all you've ever known? Like, how much have you challenged it, I guess, is the question.
I wouldn't say I've challenged it because I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I'm sitting on like a lot of money and I don't have to worry about anything. But I just know that in my current lifestyle, I'm comfortable. And if people and like family or whatever came to me and they needed some help, I could kind of like help them out. Like I'm not a rapper and I'm not buying like my mom a house or like a new car or anything like that. But if somebody needs a couple dollars, I can do that and I won't overextend myself. And and to be honest, like I said, that is what makes me feel secure, I guess. Maybe that was something that I was insecure about growing up. And the fact that I kind of have it now is, now gives me a sense of security and it makes me, it is one part of my life that makes me happy.
It makes you as happy as you thought it would have when you were in high school. Like when you started this dream of this to get to this point, it makes you feel that
Yeah.
happy.
And like, I don't want to sit here and act like I'm like, oh, I'm all cheesy and like I'm all happy and like I'm like, doing a dance, but like that sense of like comfort that it comes
Yeah,
with it,
yeah,
it
yeah,
makes
yeah.
me feel good. Like I'm comfortable with this aspect of my life. So and this is what I wanted to do. Like I like when like you said like when I was in high school or something like I set a goal and like this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be and this is how I want to get
Mm.
there. And I feel like I'm on a path and then yes things can get better, bigger and I hope they do. But at 38 years old where I sit right now, I am happy with where I got to.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know if it's probably, but it feels like it's probably rare for someone to set a goal at 15,
Mm-hmm.
follow through on that goal, not waver from it, achieve it to an extent, right? To your point, it could
Yeah,
be better, and actually have it feel as good as they hoped. Like there's so many places where that could have broke down, where you could have gone off on a different path. You
agreed.
could have been like, screw that, where you could have got it and been like, this doesn't feel that good at all. Like I wasted all my, like the way that it actually worked. Is that just luck? Like, how do you explain
Well,
it?
that's what I was going to say is that and obviously things haven't been easy, but was my goal simple and like
Mm,
something that just maybe I don't know if some people have things and they wanted to do that was a little more complex,
mm.
but I feel like yeah, there were other things that I wanted to value. Like I wanted to meet a great woman and marry her, which I did.
You listening? Is that why you
Yeah,
smile?
but it was, I have a great group of friends, and I feel like that helped. I've seen a lot of people that just because of the fact that their surrounding friends weren't, I guess, didn't have their best interests in mind, and it led them down the wrong path. But I feel like with our group of friends, like we all, we like to have a good time, but when it all came down to it, we will, pull up our pants and do what we had to do. And in terms of whether it's school and work, and I
I
think
don't
it
know
all
if
worked
that's the
out.
right. I don't know if that's the right euphemism. By the way, I think you might
Right.
have
Pull up
pull
the
up our
pants.
pants and do what we
Yeah,
got to
no,
do.
exactly. I don't know. I want this. Well, basically, just go to work. Right?
Yeah, I get what you mean.